Good morning, everyone out there. Today's date is January 24th, 2023. Can't believe we are almost to the end of January already. It's hard to believe. Anyway, I am Corinne Braxton, and I'm coming to you from Bozeman, Montana today. So we've got a little bit of blue sky and no snow. They were predicting snow, but it didn't snow. So, we just been getting a dusting. Let's see if we have any people following us here. I'm going to turn to my iPad and see what's happening there. Get that going. Okay, I can see myself. That's good. Alrighty, good. Well, today, we have celebration is almost half over already. This started January 5th and it ends February 28th. And it's the only time for the whole year that we have celebration. What celebration is when you make a purchase of $50, you get to choose one item from the catalog. And if you choose $100, there are a couple sets that are have a $100 value, like this one. It's called Beautifully Happy. I think the real bargain in the little celebration is this gorgeous designer paper. With the $100 purchase of anything, you can choose that. And it's 48 sheets of 12 by 12. I think I've played with everything except the carrots. And the carrots are going to be something I'm going to work on this weekend, this coming weekend. These are the little owls. I've had a busy time. I've been trying to squeeze a lot of classes and things into while we've been in Montana, and we're leaving for Florida in February. So I just had a lot to do. Today I have a class. It is called Two-Tone Flora, and it's already sold out but it's this afternoon. Anyway, that's my agenda. And then on Thursday, I have a class. Oh, it's one of my favorite papers in the whole catalog. It is the Seaside Bay, the beach type themed papers. Oh, they're gorgeous. And the stamps. That's on Thursday. I still have openings for that to go and in person. So today we are going to be working with the Queen Bee stamp set and the dies. And it is an amazing set, I think. At first, when I saw it in the catalog, I wasn't sure if I wanted it or not. We have honey on our farm, on the edge of town. We have a farm that we're building a house on, we have a beekeeper that keeps bees there. Anyway, so I decided to get it because I thought it'd be really good for some of my honey labels. Anyway, I've turned out just loving this card. It was designed, you can see the little gold emblem hexagon there. It was designed by Laura Milligan. She was a $1 million stamp achiever, and she helped design this along with the artisan design team or whatever. Anyway, it's on page 26 in the mini catalog. Anyway, we'll turn the camera down. Let's see once here. Oh, hey, Jan, good morning. You're down in Arizona. Good to see you this morning. Okay, let's turn the camera and we'll get stamping. We have a lot of cards to make today. Here's my January host code if you place an order with me. It's always nice to use the host code if you wouldn't mind. That helps me get then I'm able to get prizes to send as thank you gifts. Also, so there's the host code, and maybe I'll hold it up a little closer. There we go. That's a little better. If you spend over $150, don't use the host code because then you become your own hostess and get rewards. Okay, looks like I've got things a little crooked here. Let me straighten this out a little bit. Okay, there we go. Anyway, so I have a class this Thursday. We're doing this beach class. I love these sandpipers. And this paper is gorgeous anyway. And then I finished up some of these cards from At the Farm designer paper. I just did a few things. They're very simple cards. There's nothing hard about those. Anyway, just have those down there to line things up so that I can, when I'm setting up my phone. And I have a brand new phone. My old one wasn't holding the battery anymore, and so I had to, let's see, where did I put the stamps? I had to get a new phone. I ordered it before Christmas and it finally came in. And so today's my first time using my new phone with the video. So today we're going to be doing Queen Bee, and I hope you enjoy these cards as much as I do. I have enjoyed making them. Really, really fun. Okay, I see a few more people now. Jan, Nancy. Okay, good to see you girls this morning. I know it's earlier than normal. Just make sure if you give thumbs up, happy hearts, if you're on YouTube, subscribe, comment, like. You can do all those things. Follow if you're on Facebook. I always appreciate that. Okay, we are going to make some cards this morning. We're going to do a technique that I've done for a long, long time. I learned this back. It's just making your own designer paper. We are going to make some cards that look like this. Here's one of them. I don't want to get these mixed up because I've got them all sorted for the kits. Here's another one we're going to make today. But first we're going to create, whoops, there goes my light. My light's falling on top of everything. Now everything's falling off my desk. Oh dear. This is okay. Alrighty. Now I've got the light back up. Anyway, we'll put this back in the proper envelopes, otherwise I'll get mixed up. We're going to start. That one's mixed up. There we go. Okay. Alrighty, we are going to start by making some of our own. We're going to make our own designer paper. And when I do this, you can take a whole sheet of paper, you could take 6 by 6. I just took a half. This is 5.5 by 8.5. And you know what, this is not, hopefully you can see it pretty well. Let me just zoom in just a tiny bit. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to fill this whole sheet of paper with some stamping. And this is sort of a vintage look to it. And I'm going to bring in some Night of Navy ink. I just re-inked these yesterday, so hopefully they're just right today. I'm going to bring in, whenever you're doing a collage type stamping, you want to, just trying to see if I have any, oops, I can't read the comments. There we go. There we go, Jeannie, Carla. Good to see you all this morning. We're going to start. You want to make sure your ink pads are good and juicy. And I'm going to stamp my largest images. I'm going to do this. I'm going to stamp about 5 of these. I'm going to turn my stamp each time. Really pretty bee, isn't she? Really like this set a lot. Oh, didn't get that wing very well. Well, it's just a little bit. Put it right there. Actually, I think I'm going to try my other ink pad. See if it's a little better. I'm sort of lazy about re-inking, and I re-inked all of them I have. So anyway, there we have our Queen Bee. And now we're going to bring in our next biggest piece, and that's this beautiful vine with some flowers on it or something. And I'm going to give this a good stamp. And now I'm going to just fill in places. Yeah, this ink pad's a little better. I'm just going to build my own DSP. Now, if I would actually do this with a whole sheet of paper, because it's just as easy as doing a smaller sheet, but I'm just doing it for time's sake, that we're I'm just going to go off the paper a little bit right there. And I'm going to do a little bit on the top here. Like that. A little bit more over there. Okay. And now let's bring in some smaller things. Like we have this grungy piece. We're going to take that. We're just going to fit it in any old place. Like this. This is sort of a cool thing. Shelley Gardner, who started Stampin' Up, loves vintage things, and this would be a kind of stamp that she used to love to design. And I'm going to add the little tiny bee. This is the cutest little bee. There we go. Wherever there's an open space, we're going to put one of those in. Just like that. You don't want to have too much white space left. There we go. And let me see what else I have here. Well, I have a little crown like this for the queen bee. We'll just add a couple crowns wherever there's a little white space. Right there is good. There's a big white space there. We'll put one right there on top of her head. And now the last piece I'm going to do is just a little tiny piece of grunge. We'll just add a few little speckles, just like the other one. That looks pretty good. We're almost done with this. And then we're going to be cutting things up to make 4 different cards. There we have it, and I am done. Now, there we go. So I'm going to, this is not a one-sheet wonder or anything like that, but it's, lots of times people do that with 12 by 12 or 6 by 6. This is just sort of a collage type of stamp. Okay, let's do our first card. And I'm going to close, well, I'm not going to close up the ink because we're going to do a happy birthday. And I'm going to bring in, so the card that we're going to do is this one. Very simple. I'm going to stamp that happy birthday like that. And let's get I have mounted these together. So hopefully it'll work. Let's see. Let's give it a try on our grid paper first, just to make sure, to double check. This little label comes in the set of dies. Oops, a little bit high. I think we better do it separately. So I think what we'll do is I'm going to just set that right there. And let's see if I have another label someplace. I bet I do. Yes, I do. I could turn that one over, and I'll do that later. But we'll just get a new one. We're going to do happy. I'm going to get over it. So like there we go. Now I can see it. And then I'm going to do birthday. I'm going to do birthday. What am I going to do birthday on? I'm going to take off a different, that's what I'll do. I'll take it off like this. I like to line them up along the grid paper before I stamp to get them straight. There we go. And here we are with our happy. There we go. That's much better. Much better. Okay, and we're going to close that up so I don't get my elbow in that for a minute. And so this card, we have some gold on it, this gorgeous gold shimmer paper. We've got a piece, this is 3 3/4 by 5. I'm going to stamp the little design along the bottom. Let's see if I can find that piece in here. Here it is. And I'll tell you what, it's a cool little border for sure. Oh, I guess I didn't need to close up my ink pad yet, since so it's a very long piece of, you can see that. I don't know what that's supposed to be, really. It's a nice design, but I am going to put this on back on here so that I don't stamp on my tabletop. I've got this piece of marble. I really need to, it's not really marble, it's like paper that you order. I ordered from Amazon for doing photos and things, but I need to replace it because it's getting grungy. There we go. Isn't that a pretty little accent on there? And we could put a little bee. Let's do that. We'll put a bee down here next to it. And there we have the inside of our card. Now let's take that off. 3 3/4 by 5. And we're going to bring in our pieces. We have a card that measures 4 1/4 by 11. And I cut some of this gold shimmer. It's one of my very favorite things in the catalog. I cut it at 3 3/4 by 5. Let me find it for you in the catalog. I had it marked, but now I seem to have lost that little tag. I like to look in the index, actually. You can see it right here. It's called, on page 86, it's called Fine Shimmer Paper Pack. And it has soft succulent, fresh freesia, and gold shimmer. It is exquisite. It's a nice weight to it. You get 2 sheets of each, and it's 12 by 12, and it's $10 for the package. It's great. So we are using a lot of that today in my class. It's just really a super. Now I cut out the middle with the decal because we're going to cover this up. So we're going to cover it up, and let me bring in my silicone mat. We're just going to cover it up with our adhesive. Well, we're going to cover this part with adhesive, and then we're going to put the other part over it. So we are there we go. We're going to put this on the inside. I love that little tiny bee too. Looks really pretty. And there's no rhyme or reason. You could do a side folding card or a top folding one. Either one is fine. There we go. There's that. And now we're going to take this sheet and we're going to cut this. So let's see. We are going to cut this down to fit right over that gold. And you won't even know that there's a hole there. So let me get my paper trimmer. And we are going to cut 3 1/2 inches wide. 3 1/2 inches wide. And I'm going to start actually right 3 1/2. And we're going to go up to 4 1/2. There's my cutting blade right here. It's 3 1/2 inches wide. And we're going to go to 4 3/4. I'm just going to find my 3 3/4 right there. And 4 3/4 is right there. Okay, pull that out. And we can use that. And now set that aside. And we're going to put this on. Okay. Hey, Lisa, good to see you this morning. I just stood up and saw your name there. And do you see? Now you would not even know that there's a hole in there. And guess what? We're going to use that piece, that decal piece, on another card. So now we're going to put, we can put our happy birthday on. So like on this one, you can just put your happy birthday wherever you want. I don't want to cover up any of my queen bees. So I'm going to put her, probably maybe even right here. Let's see, I think I'll put it right in the middle this time. Because I don't want to put it up there. I don't want to cover her up. So, well, we'll just do that. And get my dimensionals out. I have so many cuts on my fingers because the air, it's so dry here in Montana in the winter. I've been dry a lot of places in the winter, but especially dry. My fingers crack so badly because I'm working with paper all the time. And So I've got that, because what happens is I'm stamping along and all or something, and all of a sudden there's blood on my paper. So I've got my thumb bandaged because the crack is sort of deep in there. Anyway, there we're almost got some ink right there. And let's put some little pieces of gold on there. Look at this tiny, tiny heart that we have. And I'm just going to, I'm going to put just a tiny drop right there. I don't know how many hearts I have. It would have been nice to have a couple, but we'll see. It's so tiny. It fits on the top like that. And I just cut. It's one of those pieces. Let me see in here. I've got a bunch of pieces cut out. These are the flowers. They're gorgeous. They're 2 different sizes of flowers. There's some bees cut out of this shimmer gold. Let's see once if I have another. I have a crown. They have a crown cut out of gold. We could put a crown on like that. Or we could have done that too. I don't think we're going to do that. But let's see once here. There's some of these little pieces like that. I think I have another heart in here. I just don't see it. Because it's so tiny. So tiny. Well, anyway, we are going to, we're just going to pretend that I can always cut another one later. And we're going to put some gems on now. And let's see, once we're going to add some of these milky dots. These are, wait, I thought I had an open pack here. Looks like it's a brand new pack. You know, I like to, I thought I did this already because I have so many packs open. I like to cut along the side. It's a trick that I learned from Patty Bennett. I just think it's such a good one to be able to slide your embellishments in and out. Then you don't have to worry about that sticky stuff. Anyway, we're going to put some, we're going to use some of these gold. I don't know if that's a little bit too big, maybe. No, I think it's, let's see if we like the little one better. We could put a gold piece in there, like that. We'll use the big ones. Put them right on the edge. There we go. And our card is finished. That's how easy that is. And there we have it. There's the inside. Happy birthday. We could stamp something on there. I usually stamp something like, sorry, this is late, or just a little bit late. There are 2 cards. This one, I like this down lower, but I didn't want to cover up the B because that's just the way it happens to be. B, get it, right? Okay, let's put that one aside. And I will have all of these typed up and photos taken, and I'll put those on the Facebook site, and then also I will put it on YouTube. I'll load it on YouTube later. Okay. So this next one, we are going to do this card, and we're going to do the birthday queen. Let's see what I have on the inside. Oh, just a happy birthday, and then the side piece like that. This ribbon is gorgeous. Let me see if I can, it's called bordered ribbon, and it's a Night of Navy. It's sort of like some of that other ribbon we have, where you can cut it up the middle too and make a smaller piece. I love this. It is gorgeous. It ties beautifully. Okay, so what we need, here is the piece of that shimmer. You can see it's got a nice hand to it, beautiful. And we're going to do some punches. I'm going to do 2 punches from it. I'm going to do one that's the handmade tag punch. And then the other one is going to be the Label Me Lovely. So this is all going to get covered up again, just like on the last card. So I'm going to punch it out, punch it again here. Hopefully I can do it out of the same, maybe I can't. Huh. Let me see what's here. Maybe I can. I don't know. I should have gone the other one a little bit more. Huh. Doggone it. Let's see what's here. Oh, we can do this. There, it's okay. We did the punch okay, but I don't think that's enough of a, but I might have another one that I can use. Let me check once and see. The card that I just finished maybe has another one. Yep, we'll do that. Do you see what I should have moved that first punch over, but anyway, this one will work just fine. Anyway, these two punches, we're going to be using these, and let's start. But we're going to cut our designer paper. This time it's going to be a horizontal card, and let's see what's here. I don't know why I've got a top opening. It's okay. It'll work just fine. But anyway, it's going to go like that. And then I'm going to get my paper trimmer again, and we're going to trim out another piece. And this time it's going to be a horizontal piece. So it's going to be, we need it to be 3.5 inches by 4 3/4 wide, 4 3/4. There's just a little nick out of the paper right there. So let's do 4 3/4. And okay, that's just, slice that off like that. Okay, now that's going to work better. And it's going to be 3.5. So 3.5. There we go. And then we have a piece left that for one more card like that we're going to use. So, okay, that was that. So here is our piece. It's going to go right on top of the last, just like before. We're going to put our gold on first, like that. Things get all askew here. It's pretty amazing how quickly a tiny space can get. You can lose things, and it gets to be a mess. Okay, there we go. Thank you very much, Jeannie. Appreciate that. Jeannie said she loved it. I love this little bee. There we have it. And now we're going to put some ribbon on. And whenever I'm using ribbon, what I like to do is this is how I like to put it. And I just take my plus, my Seal Plus, put a strip of ribbon or adhesive. That's really strong. Excuse me, I swallowed some air there. That Seal Plus was so strong, it's just perfect for ribbons. You don't ever want to put the adhesive right on the ribbon. I want to keep this nice and straight. Okay, like that. And then we're going to put our tag like that. And I'll just put that down with my regular seal. There we go. And now we're going to do a birthday tag. And there's a brand new punch in our catalog, in our stamping mini catalog. It's called Happy Labels. And it's one of these punches where you can stick in a, like this is like about 1 inch wide. You stick it in there all the way until it fits right there. It can go 3/4 of an inch, 1 inch, and until you can see it right there. Do you see that? I can feel it. And then you punch it, and it makes that kind of end. And we're going to do another one. I'm going to punch the other side. That might be a little bit too long. I think it probably is. Let me just snip a little bit more. Let's try making it a little bit shorter. But you can make your own, with your scraps. There we go. I think that'll probably be better. And you can make your own scraps and sort of a cool punch. This one looks like it's got like a, that one indents in, that one goes outward. Let's see, once this is what the other one looks like that. We could actually, let's just in case I make a mistake, we'll just do this other piece. Just like, oop, and that is crooked. So let's cut that off and stick it in again. It's a little tricky when it gets to be this short. It looks like it's in there now. So short, there we go, that's better. Okay, get that out of the way. That's a brand new punch that's called Happy Labels in our catalog. And let's do our stamping now. So we're going to do Birthday Queen. And we're going to do it on, well, we'll probably do two of them maybe. Let's see, birthday, let's see where there's the word Queen. So it's going to be birthday first. And then, I wonder if we could fit it on this. But we'll try both. See which one looks better. Don't you think that's a good idea, maybe? Okay, I'm going to set that over there. And it'll fit nicely. Here we go. Birthday. And Queen is next. Do you know someone who is a birthday queen? There we go. I bet they're both pretty nice, I think. Let's see. And on the inside of our card, it's going to be a horizontal card. So we're going to stamp Happy. And where did I put that birthday? There it is. Got sort of a mess of stamps, a pile of stamps that need to be cleaned. There we go. There we are, and we're going to put some. Well, let's put our label across the bottom. Nope, we're going to put it across the side like that. It's not quite long enough for the bottom, but you could, you could stamp it twice. Okay, let's move that out of the way, and we'll put some adhesive on this and put it in the inside of our card. We'll be almost finished with this card. There we are. And now I have smudged this one, so we're not going to use that. I think I smudged it with my Band-Aid. And I'm going to try really hard to keep my hands are getting sort of messy here. Let's see, this navy blue can be sort of a, it's a color that's like reds. They're tough. Okay, I'm going to use some of my edges because I've got a lot of edges that are piling up here. So we're going to just snip some of those and use that. Whoop, didn't mean to go off the edge there of the paper. There we go. And we'll do another edge right here. Never throw these away because they are so useful. Okay, let's take your pick tool that I've somehow now lost on this little space. Let me see if I can find, here's the one, I have two tool caddies, one to my right and one to my left. The one on the right is my main source of tools that I like to put back all the time as I'm working. So here we have Birthday Queen, and then we take our paper snips and we're going to trim this so it looks a little better. There we go. And there we have that. Let's add some gems to this, and let me see here we have. These are, I think we're going to add gold this time. Again, I added navy blue on the others, but I don't think I have that paper with me. So we're going to use some of our navy. We'll just put one right there. Another one right there. And maybe one, I think we'll just leave it at that. I don't think we need another one. I like 3 usually is what I like to put on, but sometimes not. Sometimes 2 would be just fine. And there is our card, Birthday Queen, happy birthday. And here is the other one. This one has, oh, I used the navy. I was going to use the gold. Oh, goodness sakes. This is Starry Sky. Anyway, that's our second card. And let's go on and do our third card now. Our third card is this one. We're going to use a piece of that shimmer paper, and I ran this through. I love this folder. This is in the annual catalog. This is the Hive 3D embossing folder. It's a beautiful folder. So glad they had that in the catalog because it's perfect with this. I already embossed a piece of the gold shimmer. It's gorgeous. It's 2. I cut it 2 by 5. And this is the card we're making. And this is our inside piece, 3 3/4 by 5. We've got another piece that we're going to be mounting to the front. We have a basic card that's 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. And then we're going to put this 4 1/4. It's going to be a horizontal card like that. And we're going to cut a white piece. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see. Hopefully this is going to work. Might not. It might be a little bit short, but I do have another. I have another piece that I've already cut. It was supposed to be 2 by 5 inches. So there, if you want to take a screenshot, there you go. You can do that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, let me see, where is the card? Where did I put the card? Oh, there it is. Okay. And there it's so crazy here. Okay, I'm going to use this white mat, the 4 by whatever it was. That one's going to go on, and we're going to paste our Adhere our other pieces to it, like our gold is go at the top. And let me see what's here. There we are. We're going to put some adhesive on this real gently since it's deeply embossed. You can use your Seal Plus, would be really good too for that. Okay, I'm going to put this on my white. I'm going to just do this like that. And then this piece that we had left over is going to go up here. And you know, you don't have to have that white piece, but it really helps to have an extra piece to work on, to do your measurements. You could put it just on the navy blue card. That would work too. And now there we have the, oh, it's a little bit, I'm actually going to take that off because I think that's causing things to smear. And let me get the ribbon out. And the way I like to do this, you can see that I have a really nice bow here, but it's hard to tie, to go around and then to tie a nice tight bow. So that bow is on there with glue dots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my navy ribbon, go around like that, and then I'm going to take my Scotch tape, which I do not see any place. I think I have it in the other room already, but we can put our seal on like this. I use my Seal Plus. Wrap it around. And then I'm going to wrap it around tightly. It's nice and tight that way. And then I can just put, I'm going to put it on my card. Everything's going to be flat. Nothing is going to be popped up except for the label that's going to go in the middle. And now I've got a bow I already made with this ribbon. It just ties beautifully, except that piece is sort of, we'll use that side. Okay, we'll get our glue dots out and put those on. I like to use a couple glue dots. They're tiny, and I just want to make sure they hold well. There we go. And looks like that needs a little trim. Just like that. This one a little shorter. There we are. And now we're going to get our other circle that we had, that I had here someplace. Oh dear, this is so crazy. Okay, this is going to be our inside. Oh, I was going to put the gold. I had a little strip of gold that I cut off, and I'm going to put this on the inside of our card. But you know what? I think I'm going to stamp first. I'm going to set this aside. I don't know where the gold piece is that I punched before. You all saw me punch it, but okay, let's stamp our words. We're going to do happy on the front. We're going to do it on a round stitch circle. And let's see, here's our happy and our B that we're going to use. I love our stitch circles. They're just so nice. Stitch squares, all those things. Happy. And then I'm going to do the small bumblebee right there. And actually, it would be sort of neat to do a little, some of this. No, I think I'll leave it. I think I will leave that. Okay, I'm going to set that aside because that navy can really smear like I've been doing it a little bit. And happy, and we're going to do birthday on the inside. There we go. And I think this time we're going to put a little sprig of these flowers. Just like that. That gives it a nice little touch. And I think we'll put a bee up here. Just like that. Okay, now we can add, now that we got that done, we can add our little piece of gold that's been, so I've just cut this. I had a larger, wider piece, and I just cut it off a little sliver. You know, it's always great to use those little odds and ends that you have left over, those slivers. Make great linings for the bottoms of your cards. And then you always want to turn it and trim it off from the back, like that. And there we have another really nice birthday card. Let me see what's here. Put our piece together, just like this. I think this would have been really pretty in Starry Sky too, but I love navy. I love navy and gold. Okay, just like that. And now let's see, we have, what else do we have to do? We have to find that label, because this has to go on top of that gold piece. And, where in the world would that be on this tape? Oh, here it is, right here. Found it. It was right with my ink pads. So we're going to put this on with some, I'm going to use the stamping seal this time because that gold has a little bit of a texture to it. Not much of a texture, but it's heavier than, just like a regular gold. It's that weight, and I would always use a stronger adhesive for that. Okay, let's see what's here. A couple dimensionals, maybe 4 or 5. I'm always a little heavy on dimensionals. They're very inexpensive, and I don't like to have things get squished in the rollers. There's my fingernail at the post office. I know the mail has been so. Here in Bozeman, we haven't gotten mail for several days because it was so piled up at the post office, and I don't have enough workers and all that. We finally started getting mail again, but I think they're taking, like, they're skipping days. So, so you can't always depend on I ship a lot of packages, and the postman picks them up. I pay for them online, and then the postman picks them up. Now we just need a little piece of gold. We're going to use these, I don't know what they're called. Gold faceted adhesive back sequins. They're really cool. They have, look at these little crescents. They have 3 different sizes of teardrop, or the large ones, and then the smaller sequence. And we're going to use a small one right up here, right there. And our card is finished. There's the inside. Here's the other one that we made before. You can see I did this one. The gold is at the bottom. This one's at the top. Doesn't make any difference at all. Okay, and I have one more card I'm going to show you. I think maybe I'll just show it to you. But remember before how I cut out that decal piece from the inside? And this is what I used then for this card. And then I just placed the gold on top of a piece of white. I just did the measurements. It was 3 1/4, like that. And put it on like this. I love these deckled pieces. This is, the deckle dies are, let me see if I can find them. I have them in here. Here they are. It's called Deckled Rectangular. It looks like torn paper almost, but it's a great set. It's a very basic set in the annual catalog. Doesn't have a stamp that goes with it, but I think it's one that should be in everyone's collection. It's really a must-have buy. So this would be a perfect thing to get. I don't know how much it is, maybe around $30 usually, or 30, could be 35, but it's a nice basic set. Just like our squares and circles, these are sort of one of my go-tos. Anyway, that's how I did this, and then I cut out a bee, and I did some vellum on the wings. I cut out the vellum, and I colored with the yellow on the body, and just another birthday card that we have. This one like that. So we won't make those, but I will. Here's this looks like this is a calendar. I received this from Christine Bertram when I went to her event in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin a few weeks ago. And that's using the queen bee in that pretty set. This set, as I told you, was designed by Laura Milligan. And I was in a business swap, and this is her card. Isn't that pretty with the pink, the petal pink, and the crumb cake? I love that with the black. It's really neat. This is another one of her cards. We were in a couple swaps together, and this one uses some of that Regency Park paper, and then that little tiny bee, there's a die for that, and this is all new paper. And this was, again, she's the one who designed the stamps, and she did a presentation in Vienna, Austria. When I went to Indiana, she was in Vienna, Austria, but she introduced her new stamp set that time. Okay, let's turn that camera around. Oh, thank you, Carla. Let's see if we can find our camera. There we go. Turn the camera back, and there we go. And I wore a navy shirt today to go with the navy cards and ink. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that, Lisa, and everyone else. Good to see you all this morning. Do you have any questions about this stamp set? If you don't, I hope you'll add it to your collection. Remember, please, if you're on Facebook, make sure you follow along, you like, you comment, all that. You can share. I'd love to have you share my ideas, whether it's on Facebook or later on YouTube. On YouTube, you can always hit the little button that says more, and then all the directions will pop up. You'll see them right away, and you don't have to go anywhere else. You can just see all the directions. So, oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you like those, Jan. It's a really fun set that it's easy, and it would be fun to make cards in another color combination. So I hope you'll give this one a shot and do your own DSP. Hey, Munch. Munch says, Munch is in northern Montana. The bee is my favorite set in the catalog. Great cards. Thanks for all the new ideas. Oh, you are very welcome. I hope you'll try some of this. Make your own designer paper. This is a perfect set to do that with. Another really good set to make your own designer paper would be that Seaside Bay. Just take all those images and make your own paper and cut them up. It's fun. And you can just play around and have a really great time being creative. All righty, everyone. I will see you next Tuesday. That will be the day before we leave for Florida. And I will see you then. And I hope you all have a good, creative, fun day today. Thanks so much. Bye.